third edition of the Goa Art and Literary Festival held here at International Centre Goa. We have with us a whole lineup of interesting artists, actors, performers, and authors as well. And right now, we have with us an interesting personality, a man who has music in his soul, dreams in his eyes, and who believes in the saying that the show must go on. Please welcome Mr. Lou Majaw, who is Shillong's most enduring rock pioneer, who has been there for nearly 3 decades in the rock and roll music industry. So let's begin with asking you, Mr. Majaw. Uh, I understand that music is something which comes from your soul. You believe in it. You're passionate about it. And as I was reading up about you, you started this somewhere down when you were in school itself at the Sacred Heart High School,
Yeah, yeah,
and took it up to be your kind of your lifetime passion, and that was the only thing you did after that,
yeah.
making music. So how has the journey been, all these 3 decades that you've been
Well,
coming through?
it's like journey of life, full of ups and downs
Can you
and
share with
all that
us the
kind of
ups and
setup.
downs that you've
So
gone
that's
through?
the thing, when you start, always from the beginning, you start from scratches, so they say. So when you started without a guitar, you know, in your hand, and you have the love, in your soul. So eventually, it is the love in the soul that keeps, a person going.
Right, but in the 70s, and I mean rather 65, that you
60s.
actually started off with one of the most popular bands of that time, and Western music was acceptable, but it didn't become a way of earning as such.
It was very
Yeah,
difficult.
it was
See,
very
like
difficult.
because during those years, people, I mean, like they could never think. I never thought, you know, I never even had time to dream that I'll be paying my bills through music.
Right.
So it was just because of because of my love for music that I love it so much, and it make me feel alive.
Yes.
You know, it sort of guide me to reasons, open doors and windows, and so many things, and eventually said yes, it's paying my bills as well.
Okay.
It's not that, I mean, like, I have a big mansion and I have swan cars kind of stuff like that, but then at least, I mean, like, there's food on the table, and then house rent is be paid on time,
Right.
and etc., kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Okay, and as you say, music became a way of life for you. It brought, as in it paid your bills and became your profession as such. And then in the 1970s, I think you formed one of the most popular bands in India. It was called the Great Society, and you had dynamic musicians like Arjun Sen, and you also had Rudy Valang along with you. Tell us how it was jamming during those days, and all about your original compositions with which you came about.
Especially originals, because before Great Society, I was in this band called Blood and Thunder. So we do lots of covers, and then when I tried to put originals, the manager, he did not go with it. He said, no, this is India and this is Shillong, so
Hmm.
the originals, it doesn't happen, it doesn't work. So that's how the romance turned sour. Then that's how I met this another person who was kind of a neighbor.
Hmm.
So he was in college, and then after he met me, see, he sort of dropped out of college.
Hmm.
And he was following me for about 2 to 3 years. Then I took him on as a drummer. He never played drums, but I
Yes.
always took him to every gig that Lumbaja performed.
Yes.
So he was just absorbing all those years, 2 3 years, just absorbing. And one fine day, I just told him, "You sit on the drums."
Okay.
And the guy just sat on the drums and just played. And then after that, I met Arjun Sen. So I asked him, "Oh, you know, come and have fun with us."
Yes. Jamming along with you.
Yeah, come and have fun with us, music-wise, of course. And he said, "No, Lou, I'll get in the way." I told
Hmm.
him, "No such thing, man, no such thing." And he was a guitar player, but I told him to play bass guitar.
Okay.
So there he was. I mean, like Bert Cooper, late Bert Cooper on drums,
Mm,
and then Arjun Sen on bass guitar, and Lou Majaw on guitar and voice. So
okay.
that's how Grace Society started.
Started off.
That is the embryonic stage. So it was very very interesting. We do our own songs and kind of
Yes.
stuff like that. And then of course we pay our respects also to Chuck Berry, Bob Dylan,
Bob Dylan.
and so many other singer
Yeah.
songwriters.
In 1972, it's also seen that you took the initiative of starting the Bob Dylan Jayanti. And how did it all begin? Why did you think of it, this entire annual music concert? Uh,
It's not a concert; it's a celebration.
it's a celebration, a
Yeah,
birthday celebration for him,
yeah.
sorry, which is now happening, and there's lots of people coming for it. Can you tell us, I mean, how did it start? And you are of course one of the, I mean, you're ardent fan of Bob Dylan's very
No,
most.
Lumaja's not a fan. Lumaja
No?
is beyond a fan.
Okay.
You see, because
Okay.
I respect the guy. I mean, like admire his
Hmm.
his contribution, what he has given to the world.
Right.
So the entire ball game started when I was in Kolkata. That was around 60s.
Okay.
After listening to Beatles and Stones, Hendrix, and the entire lot. So after because after we did a performance at this Mola Rouge hotel, because I was doing
Yes,
the
you were
hotel
playing.
job.
Right.
Then this friend of mine, he brought stacks of records. Said, "Yeah, we'll hit a party." I said, "Why not, man?"
Okay.
Then so we start putting the record after the other.
Okay.
Then there was this song, "Blowing the Wind." That that voice, which is nasal kind of stuff like that, and but then it's the words that
That's really
that made lots and
advital.
lots of sense.
Right.
It made lots of sense. I said, "Hey, this is this is a song. Who is this person?" Then I said, "Yes, this is Bob Dylan."
Okay.
So from that time, I said, "Hey," so I started getting more. So
More
year by
records.
year, year by
Yes.
year. Then eventually, like because he has opened the windows of my soul, so to say,
Hmm.
to music, has changed, my entire way of life, you know, towards everything in life. Then I said, what to do about? I mean, like, should I write a letter, kind of stuff like that?
Yes.
And then I find it skittish and kind of stuff like that. Then in my own way, I said, hey, let me do something by, show my respect for him, by celebrating his birthday. He need not know where, because he's somewhere in the
Exactly.
west and
Yes.
Lumbaja's in the east, and that's where somewhere. I mean, like with all the birds, the bees, and the trees, and the monkeys, and everything like that. So so that's how Lumbaja started. So on 24th of May, just strung a guitar and sing his songs and other folk songs as well.
Yes. Okay.
And then gradually it went into exclusive Dylan's writings. And then later on, it dawned on me that if I have to sing praises to the high heavens, I mean, like, what has Dylan done to you?
Hmm.
So said yes, we must also make a contribution to the field of music,
Right.
to the world of music.
Yes.
So that's how the entire setup started. So my own songs and poetry. So then started inviting other
Others to
people,
participate. Right.
other singers, songwriters,
Mm.
performers.
How important, looking at the the entire the 3 decades that you spent in,
No,
or
it's not
rather
three.
you
It's the
you
3 decades. In fact, this is the
four
47th,
decades, 47.
47th year.
Okay, thank you for correcting me. Right. No, but how have you seen this entire music scenario changing in India? When you're talking of bands and the rock and roll pop culture, which came in gradually. It was quite there, but it was not accepted by all because in the 70s and 80s was still little averse. If you're talking of the real, the main centers where culture was considered to be Indian, and you didn't really want to accept rock and roll because you said that was British and things like that. But how has it changed, and what's the kind of transition you find
No,
with
you
the
see,
newer bands that have come in now?
see for Lumajao, that kind of thing never happened. That like I cannot accept it because it belongs to the Americans or to the British or
Right.
to any European countries.
Yes.
There's no such thing. Music is, to me,
Music.
music is music.
Yes.
So it is, if I have to listen to a band of musicians from Sweden, they'll be doing in the language, but then I
Yes.
will not understand. But
Right.
I will definitely, connect through
Mm.
music.
Yes.
So
Music is the language,
yes,
basically.
yes. So
Yes.
that's the most important thing. So that there is no such thing, and you see, because see, in India we have
So many different
so many bands and so many
bands.
musicians.
Yes.
We have musicians who are as good as
Yes.
anyone else, as anywhere else in the world. The Indian musicians.
Yes. But coming to original compositions, do you think our bands now in India
Yes, yes, we
are
have
going
plenty.
full into
I mean, like
original?
the musicians now, they're going ahead.
Yes.
They're going ahead. Not 24 hours, 7 is
Mm-hmm.
25 hours.
Okay. So you're very hopeful that I mean the
Yes,
entire
yes,
the
yes.
market's also opening up to a great extent,
and
and a lot of
lots of the people who are taking things from a business point of view,
yes.
so that to see that the musicians, they get, you know a decent share,
Yes.
kind of stuff
Profit.
like that.
Yes.
Okay, we might not make millions, and kind of stuff like that, but at least, like, our pockets might not be over flooded.
Hmm.
Okay, your stomach is full, so your pocket also is a little okay.
Yes.
So in that way, it becomes much easier for everybody. It's always
Any
there.
kind of advice you like to give these young people who want to
It's
join
not an
music,
advice,
or
actually.
any
It's
sharing
what
a thought
the
with
idea is
them?
to share.
Yes.
Ideas. I mean, like for me, I keep telling everybody, live music or
Hmm.
leave music.
Okay. That's your mantra.
Uh, well, I don't know. At this point of time, it is
Okay.
like that, because I feel it's like that.
Hmm.
And not just, I'm taking up a guitar to impress a couple of girls, and I want to impress that girl, so I do this, do that. But there are lots of boys and girls, they do that. But for people who, who 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 wants to, to who dedicate their life, want to dedicate their life to music. So it's just that, live music or leave music. It's so simple, and it's hard work and dedication,
Yes, true.
and nothing else on earth can take that from anyone.
Yes. You were also part of the performing team for the Goa Art and Literary Festival this year, and you've been there last year also. Can you also tell us a little bit about your experience from the last year to this year? How has it been? How have you seen
Yeah,
the festival
it was very
growing?
interesting, see, because last year when I had come over here, so I had, brought in fellow musicians from Shillong.
Hmm.
So we tried to, to see what is happening, kind of stuff. To, the idea is
Get
to,
an idea.
to get, you know to gel in, kind of stuff like
Right.
that. So it was pretty okay,
Hmm.
and of course, I mean, like if the sound system would have been better,
Hmm.
it would have been much better, of course. And this year, I believe that it'll be even bigger,
Bigger, yes.
and I sincerely hope that it'll be better also sound-wise.
Yes.
That's why I'll have to discuss
Hmm.
with the people who are in charge of,
Organizers.
people
Hmm.
who are in charge of the sound system, so that the people who will come for the festival, like they say, hey, this is great. The
Right.
sound system is good. You know, the musicians are good,
Yes.
and ICG is doing great work.
Okay.
That's the most important thing.
It's yes, yes, true. That's a very positive note you're ending on, and thank you so much for spending this time and giving us a short glimpse into your love, your passion. That's music. I think that's all for now, and we'll be bringing up many more such interesting interviews, and hope you'll be watching more of this on at the Goa Art and Literary Festival 2012. Thank you.